Alright guys, we're back with another video. I know we said this next video would be driving at the track. I did like 3 laps and broke my car. Flung the belt from rushing to get the power steering back together because that was a disaster. Yeah, so I pressed the pulley on too far and I kind of knew that. So yeah, flung the belt, lost power steering, almost went straight into a wall. I'll play that clip now. And then we're gonna work on fixing this thing so we can get back to the track in a couple of days. So then hopefully again, the next video you guys see after this one should be us at the track. So lots of stuff to do. I'm working on my car, Lenny's working on his car. Tyler's car is pretty much ready. So let's get right into it and have a successful day. All right, so you guys just saw my almost crash. Wasn't like super sketchy, but for a brief second it was a little sketchy. So on top of that, I just started working on my car. I got a whole stack of tires in right here, as we can see. We got some spare doors. These are Tyler's spare doors, and a few spare parts floating back here. But yeah, I got like 10 or 12 tires and a few I had left over. So I just started to press on my power steering pulley here. As you can see, we got the press out back here. I'm gonna take my time with this. Before, like, this pulley was just about touching when I pressed it on too far. So I'm gonna go check this and see how it lines up compared to the rest of the pulleys. And if that's good, we can get the power steering pump back on. So as you guys can see, those pulleys line up just about perfectly. So we are gonna call that good. I'm gonna clean up the press really quick, and then we can continue on with what else we have to do. Press cleaned up. We don't really have room for it in the shop currently. I think eventually it'll go into the garage. For now, it's at the back here. We don't use it too much, so it's not too bad to have to pull it out when we want to use it. And it's, we just cover it with a bag, and it's stayed clean and stuff, so it works. So just like that, power steering pump is fully on. The belt's not on yet because I'm gonna continue playing with the car, but power steering pump's fully on. The pulleys line up pretty good, so that's sick. It's about to start raining, so I'm getting ready to clean up. I think it's only supposed to be a quick shower, but I don't want to get all my tools soaked, so I'm gonna clean up really quick. I got the front end of the car pulled off because I actually need to make the hole for the thermostat delete a little bit bigger from what I've read online, so I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna clean up quick, and then once the rain clears, I'll come back out and finish that up. All right, so it stopped raining, so I came back outside to work on my car, and I was gonna drill the hole in the block off plate bigger. However, if you can see in there, the block off plate is gone, so I'm pulling the water pump to see if I can find it. Yeah, I shook around the rad, it's not in the rad, so hopefully it's in the water pump. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. Not good. So this here is the size plug I used to do this with, and it does not appear that it could come out of the water. Oh, maybe it could have. Right in one of these. But that's such a perfect fit that I don't think that it would go out. So it's either in the water pump, I think, or in the rad. But I shook the rad and I didn't hear anything, so I don't know. I'm not sure how to feel about this, as you can imagine. So I'm gonna see what I can come up with, and I will get back to you guys. So I also just pulled this back cover off the pump. This allows you to see the actual like fins of the pump. You couldn't really see much in there, but I didn't see anything. I believe technically where this water neck goes would be the flow out, and this would be the No, maybe I'm backwards. But it definitely can't fit through this. And it really couldn't go in, most likely. So it's most likely in the rad. So I'm going to shake that around and see if I can get it to come out. I don't think it can be in the motor. So let's come here and double check as well. It doesn't fit in these round holes. And it would have to go in so perfectly to fit through these. And then I don't even think that it would go, yeah, like it's in and it won't go anywhere further than that. So I don't even think that it can be in the motor. So I'm gonna shake it around, see if we get it to come out. Hopefully we don't run into any cooling problems if I can't get it out. So with that being said, I'm gonna put a thermostat back in it so I know I don't have any problems. Yeah, because I don't want to put another block off plate in, because if that one didn't stay, I doubt the next one would. I used JB Weld and that didn't work, so I'm gonna order a thermostat right now. So I got the water pump back on. Since I'm not gonna drill out that hole any bigger, I don't really need the front end off anymore, so I'm probably gonna work on getting that back on, because I don't have to fit a drill in there. Just put the thermostat in, put the housing back on, and bleed the system. Yeah, that's a little interesting. So I'm not too nervous about it. I try not to let these things, you know, get in my head. So we'll see what happens with the cooling. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it's probably because that's in there blocking water flow somewhere. Maybe we find it one day, maybe we don't. I don't know. We're gonna pretend it's not there. Yeah, so I want to get all this back together because I actually want to check and see if the alternator can run a third fan, which I don't think it can, but that's why I want to get it all back together. So to follow up on my missing plug, here we have the thermostat housing. It could not have physically gone through that hole in there, and it couldn't have come out through this hole here. So it is either inside the motor or inside the water pump, and it cannot be inside the rad. So maybe one day we'll find it. Maybe one day we won't. Again, not gonna worry about it, but just I narrowed that down. So the front end is somewhat back on. The rad is like half bolted down. I got 2 bolts in it, so it ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna finish getting the front end back on. I'm probably gonna leave the front bumper off. We have a big track coming up next week. I'm not gonna tell you what track we're going to yet. It is one that we have not been to yet. I've personally heard quite mixed things about how it's run, so you know, gonna go and do it with an open mind, but keep that in mind. Yeah, so I'll probably leave the front bumper off, but I'll put the, you know, actual like Bash OEM crash bar on. Yeah, man, I'm gonna get putting the rest on for you guys. Merch down below if you guys haven't checked it out recently. We have a few new things on the site. We try to put new stuff up pretty often, so check it out, please. Thank you. Follow our Instagram too. I'll put it on screen as well right here. It's always linked down below as well. All right, so I did a little bit off camera. I came back out after the rain passed, and I've been working on centering the rack. It might be hard to see down there, but I got the boots off. Got it measured on each side of the rack center. I'm gonna just realign it really quick. Looks pretty close. I was counting threads before I took everything apart on the tie rod, so it should be pretty close. Just gonna throw toe plates on it, double check it, and then the front end should be good for our next event. And then once my new thermostat comes in, I can get that buttoned up and get the whole belt system rad setup back together. And then it should be done for the time being. All right, we pretty much buttoned up for the day. The last thing I'm waiting on is a new thermostat, so I can do that and bleed the coolant. The belt's back on, the power steering's on. I guess I have to bleed the power steering slightly. It's all aligned. I'm gonna double check that I lock down both locking nuts. But otherwise, we're pretty much ready to roll for our next event. So yeah, I'm probably gonna leave you off here, guys. I probably won't show you me bleeding the coolant or nothing. That's not too fun. If Lenny has any clips, I'll shove them in here somewhere. You might have already seen them. I don't know. But thank you guys for watching. Peace out, Girl Scout. Have fun.